Hey guys, Rick and Duke. Welcome to another episode of HOGG Words of Wisdom, coming to you live from the corner of 5th and Main. So we're doing something here a little different. So I've got IG Live rolling, but hey guys, for the guys on Instagram, check it out. You're actually during an episode of HOGG Words of Wisdom, so appreciate you guys tuning in. For those of you on the podcast side, thank you for giving me your most precious commodity, your time, to tune in to another episode of HOGG Words of Wisdom. Guys, don't forget, make sure you guys swing by warhog.com, kellydefense.com. Check out our latest updates. And don't forget the firearms training notebook for IG, the firearms training notebook. We talked about that earlier today. Don't forget, got the In Honor of Duco loop leash. That's also available on there. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Today's episode, we're going to entitle Stay Focused, America. So here's the deal, guys. There is a lot of lies, straight up finger pointing, fear mongering crap going on. And I don't really like to do a whole bunch of political podcasts, but this is super important. We're about 50 some odd days away from the midterms. And I'm going to ask you guys, as fellow Americans, make sure you get out there and vote. Vote for someone who's going to represent you. Vote for someone who's concerned about our border security. Vote for somebody who actually cares about what the cost of eggs are, cost of groceries. How much is it costing us just to put some food on the table? Because all you're hearing from the other side is nothing but lies. So I guess I am now currently dubbed an extremist in the United States because, again, they're going off the whole MAGA Republicans, which when you look at MAGA, all it stands for is Make America Great Again. So slightly confused how if you want to make this country great again, you're somehow considered an extremist or whatever else. So I'm going to try to go back and forth between the podcast camera, looking at IG. Guys, if you guys got any questions or anything, please tune in or chime in. We'll send you guys, or I'll kind of tune you in the best I can. But really, my biggest thing for you guys is to look at what's important for you, what's important for your family, and stay focused on what it is. And again, Democrat, Republican, who cares, man? At the end of the day, it's the person you're voting for. Are they going to represent you, or are they representing themselves? Are they looking to put money in their pocket, or are they looking to actually take your concerns up there and do something about it? So I would just say, first and foremost, if you're not registered to vote, get out there and do it. To me, it's one of your patriotic civic duties as an American to get out there and vote. And I got it. Here in the state of North Carolina, they don't want to see my ID. You know what? I still show it to them. We don't want to see it. No, just, they're like, put it away. It's like, that's just my two things. You know, it's like, man, you got to have some type of ID to buy liquor. You got to have some type of ID to drive a car. But man, to go vote, nobody cares. So it just seems a little odd to me. I'm going to switch back over here to the IG. So for those of you just tuning in on the IG, you're actually live during a recording of HOGG Words of Wisdom. So appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys got any questions, shoot them to me. I'll try to answer them. That way the viewers, listeners of the podcast also get a taste of that. If you guys aren't aware, do me a huge favor. I guess after this live, or if you're driving, wait till you get to a safe spot, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you leave us a rating review, all that stuff to beat this algorithm out there. And Ricky saying should have an ID to vote. Yeah, dude, it's basic, right? Simple ID. I mean, how hard is that? But here's the thing, guys, we need your help. First and foremost, I will tell you this: super shadow banned by the IG. It is what it is. Remind your friends, remind your family. Hey, if they're following me or anybody else, double check you're still following, because I'm getting guys going, hey man, can't find you, can't see you. I was subscribed, now I'm not. Now I, unfollowed, never unfollowed. So the problem is we've got all kinds of things going against us, right? So the media doesn't want to report the truth. All they're trying to do is instill fear. No different when we had the China virus going on. Take this poison, it'll make sure that you're immune. Well, that was a lie. So it's just constant lies and constant fear. And I would just ask you this: don't vote out of emotion. of the fear, vote out of emotion of who is the right individual to represent me. Because the problem is with all these politicians, they never say the constituents of whatever district they're from or state or whatever. It's always, well, I think there should be no I as a politician. It should be we, if anything, or my constituents want me to vote this way because that's what they've told me, emailed me, mailed me, called, whatever the case may be. If you're not in contact with these individuals, I'd say shame on you. Let them know exactly how you feel. Let them know exactly where you're at. Because again, that's how we're going to make change in this country. If you guys just kind of sit stagnant, hope for the best, think that your dollar is going to stretch further, I'm here to tell you it's not. So you've got to be proactive as far as that goes. You've got to be proactive of going, who are these individuals? Go meet them, go talk to them. Hey, you know what? If they're not having debates, town halls, probably should be a red flag right there. If they're hiding in the basement, and we kind of saw this with old Brandon, right? He did the same thing, hung out in the basement, didn't want to, have any debates, discussions, really say what's up. There's probably that red flag should go up. And then, you've got the fear pushing, and then in turn, you got the Dems trying to help out Republicans. So it's like super crazy. Before I get on any more tangents, IG, those of you that just tuned in, you're actually on a live episode or a recording of HOGG Words of Wisdom. For everyone out there, don't forget September 23rd. I've got a one-day carbine class in Maxton, North Carolina. And then September 24th, which is a Saturday. So it's actually a Friday, Saturday class. That Saturday class, a one-day pistol class. I think we got a couple spots still left if you guys want to jump in on that. But kind of shifting gears back to, kind of the original intent of the podcast was, again, stay focused. Do your research. So here's the thing. If you're a Fox guy and you're watching Fox and you're getting all your information from there, okay, that's cool. Switch over to CNN and just listen to what they're saying. Listen to the garbage that's going on. And hopefully you've got the filter not to eat into all this fear. If it were me, I'd be very concerned with, we've got at least 300 Americans a day dying of fentanyl and nobody's doing nothing about it. If you want to say the borders are, she says the border's secure, yet we can watch these cats come over and they're coming over in record groves. So do your research and the numbers don't lie. I think we're up to like 2 million already this year, which, oh, by the way, all those people are going to cost us, the U.S. taxpayers. I think it was like $2 billion, if I recollect correctly. Don't quote me on the number. But the point being is we've got to stay focused. We've got to stay the course. We've got to sit there and be educated and make sure we've got the right people in office that are going to represent us. One thing you'll see, at least for the IG guys, and again, I'm kind of double dipping between IG and broadcasting or recording a HOGG Words of Wisdom. You guys see me standing, right? So you probably don't see it on the podcast, but yeah, I use a standing desk, find it to be more efficient, at least for me, more productive. But that's just that. And then you guys kind of see what's dangling around my neck there, the old In Honor Duca loop leash. So guys, swing by warhog.com and check that out. But getting back to kind of our original deal, make sure you guys get out there and vote. That's really the key thing. And that's really the key push that I wanted to get out there is stay focused, be educated on multiple different platforms. What's the number one concerns, or what's the concerns for you as the family? I know for pretty much most Americans, the economy is the number one deal. We're going to sit there and say lies that we're not in a recession. We're not this, change verbiage, definitions. Here's the bottom line. Your dollar does not go as far as it used to. That's facts, can't be disputed. You go to the grocery store and you walk out with 3 bags and you're paying over $200. I mean, it's out of control. So we need to get that changed. So make sure that you do your research, find out who these people that's going to represent you. That's the key thing. They have to represent you. So I think we've beat the dead horse on that one, but really it's just don't fall for the fear factor, for lack of better terms, that the Dems are out there pushing. They're going to sit there and say, oh, border's great. Okay, well, how are all these people crossing? They're going to sit there and try to say Trump caused all the problems. As soon as somebody doesn't take, it's kind of like Leadership 101. Think about it. If you're not willing to take responsibility for your actions, that should throw up a flag right there. So I would just say, think about that one. Why do none of these guys take responsibility? Why do they always pass the buck? Why are they going, oh, it's Trump's fault? Oh, it's so-and-so's fault. It's not my fault. Well, you're in the situation. So kind of back to the military, you're responsible for everything your troops either do or fail to do. And I mean, that's just the bottom line. So for those of you just tuning in on the IG, we are actually live recording a Warhog Words of Wisdom. So thanks for tuning in. If you guys got any questions, definitely shoot them this way. And really, we're just kind of talking on, keeping focus. We got the midterms coming up. So you got to get out there, make sure you vote, make sure that the individual you're voting for is going to represent you. But really what kind of stemmed all this was ended up doing a live today out on the range. And again, I'm going to shift gears a little bit, talk about the range stuff. So again, don't just go out to the range without a plan. That's the beauty of having the firearms training notebook. Because again, I already have my plan jotted down. And then again, I ran my drills the way I wanted to. So annotated everything in there. And that's the beauty with this. Small, compact, sits there and goes, wherever you need to. But whether you're doing your dry fire or your live fire, it's having that plan for it. Developed by me and Mark Kelly over at Kelly Defense. We'd always ask the students, hey man, do you guys have a training notebook? Are you keeping track of your live dry fire training? And they were always like, nope. So we were like, hey, there's a void in the market. Let's go ahead and fix it. And it's almost like crack, man. Not that I've ever done crack, but it's like super addictive. It's like you want to get out there, you want to fill those pages in, you want to get out and train. So either swing by warhog.com, kellydefense.com. There's links to Amazon. That's where you're going to get it at. And man, just very, very cool training aid. I mean, I used to have my own notebook, but there's something about having stuff already pre-filled out and everything that just, I'm telling you, man, you want to get out there and get after it. I had some people ask, yes, the In Honor of Duco loop leashes are still available. They're on warhog.com. So you can go ahead and swing by and check those out there. Trying to think what else we got. Still a couple more slots for Friday, September 23rd for one-day carbine class, and then Saturday, September 24th for one-day pistol class. And then after that, rolling out to American Tactical Canine Association, which is always a good time out there. So trying to see if we got any comments or anything from IG, and it just looks like nope. So if you guys are just joining in, actually in the process of recording a Warhog Words of Wisdom. So we'll see if this is a sustain, kind of get some feedback. So I would just say this, guys, when this episode airs, leave some feedback. Let us know what you think. Do you like what you're seeing? Should we continue doing the IG live and the recording of the Words of Wisdom? I don't know, just something we opted to play around with. The other thing is, please do us a huge favor. Obviously, if you guys are tuning in, you're probably still following, but just hit your friends out there and go, hey, man, if they're following Warhog Tactical, just double check, are you still following? So I've had people go, hey, man, thought you were out of business. Can't find you, weren't following, never unfollowed. So it goes back to the control that big tech has. And those guys definitely need to get in check because they're definitely controlling everything. So whether they give you the voice to speak, and that's why we do the podcast, because it's about the last place. And that's why we say we're coming to you live from the corner of 5th and Main, because it's kind of like being the town squire. I still have my First Amendment rights as an American. And you know what? I'm going to say what I think. And I'm not going to have IG go, oh, that violates your policies, or Facebook or any of them other crap platforms, because again, they've already proven that they're bought. So let's think about it. I don't call it social media, it's social marketing. So Zuckerberg wants you to get your reach out there further, pay him money and he'll do it. So anyway, enough of the tangent there. But again, guys, I appreciate you giving me your time, which is your number one precious commodity to tune in, listen what we got. But again, just do us that favor. For those of you on IG, if you're not already subscribed to On the Range podcast, please do. Leave us a thumbs up emoji, something in that rating review, just because, again, that's what's going to help this whole algorithm. If you went out and purchased a copy of the Firearms Training Notebook, thank you very much. Please do me one last little favor. Circle back to Amazon. Just leave us that good rating there. And don't forget, last but not least, you got to go buy Eagles and Angels. Hat went on sale today. I'm not sure if it's still available or not, but Tom was gracious enough to use my nighttime desert parker. Man, he did a fantastic job putting that material in the flag. So for all of you that bought one, thank you very much. 20% of the proceeds are going to the In Honor Duco project, which is absolutely huge. And we're going to have some big news. We got some big things coming out with the In Honor Duco project. Just need to finalize some stuff there. So anyway, that's where we're sitting at on this end. For those of you that tuned in, both video and audio, thank you for your time. IG, always good. Awesome, brother. Appreciate you, getting the book in the hat, man. But love the support. And again, we couldn't do this stuff without you guys. And that's why I always thank you guys for giving me your most precious commodity, your time. And then especially to dig into your wallet when times are tight like they are. Purchase the book, purchase the hat. I can't thank you guys enough. All your well wishes for Duco, man. And that's why I start this show, Rick and Duke, because we started the first 4 episodes. I had them with me. So, all right, guys. I almost forgot your accountability check. So this is what happens when you get on IG, right? I get a little sidetracked. So guys, remember, if you're listening to my voice, if you're watching IG, if you haven't dry fired today, get out there and get it done. Same thing. If you haven't worked out, man, you still got time in the day. Hopefully look for that act of kindness. What are you grateful for? And just try to be 1% better than you were yesterday. And then in closing, God bless you. God bless your family. God bless our troops. And God bless the United States of America. Rick and Duco out.